Good morning, boomers. The voice of the blockchain here. Satoshi's big cousin, cryptography's finest, Champagne Crypto. Thanks for tuning in. Guys, today we're talking about Bakkt. The volume. Bakkt has been open. Low volume out there. I want to talk about that. I got some articles posted. We'll be talking about those futures market for Bitcoin. Binance US is open. Their lending programs also opened. I want to talk about that. And Cardano, their testnet. I know we got a couple Cardano maniacs there in the population of the chat box. We'll be talking about their testnet. I think they're rewarding those who are using the testnet. We need to check that out here live. Check out the articles that I have links down below. We'll be reviewing them doing this live broadcast. Shout out to Satoshi Nakamoto, my little cousin out there, kaboomin'. Shout out to all my boomers. Make sure you're liking, subscribing, you're post notificationing, you're touching all those buttons, staying tuned in to the good crypto word that we spread here every single weekday. Late mornings, early afternoons, Eastern Standard Time. Again, if you're just tuning in, we're live right now, preheating the crypto oven. We'll be talking about the Bakkt futures volumes for Bitcoin, Binance US opening, their lending platforms as well, Cardano testnet, the Shelly. Apparently, they're going to be rewarding those who are staking and more. I put testnet. I need to put. There goes a little. I just changed that. Here, everything's done live, guys. Everything's done live. And I'm getting more ads here from the Brave browser. You just heard that notification. Download the Brave browser. Start earning those BAT tokens immediately. Don't act like you're crypto friendly when you're not using crypto dApps. And you could do so by downloading the Brave browser, blocking ads. And if you do click on an ad via the Brave, you get rewarded in BAT tokens. Let me go ahead and turn off these coins. Share my screen here with you and look at today's math. But before... let me just go ahead and click on this ad so I can get some more bats. I should turn this off during the live streams, but I think it's probably end up a good thing to promote the Brave browser. You guys should know that if you do download that Brave, I get a little kickback there. They give me about $5 worth of Brave. So, you know, I have an incentive to talk about it. But anyhow, let's get to the matter at hand. Today's math, we'll be talking about Bakkt futures volume for Bitcoin, Binance US, the exchange opening. Reconnection successful. We were knocked off there momentarily. Dennis is in the box. Rafterman's in the box. Nakamoto's in the box. We got hit with a soy EMP, but it's all good, guys. We keep moving forward. It's all good. Let's check out today's math on coin market cap. Market cap for all the cryptos at $261 billion worldwide. We're patiently waiting for this market cap and expecting it to go up closer to 1 trillion by sometime next year. Let's see if that actually occurs. We got Bitcoin dominance has decreased a bit from 70% plus at one point. Now we're at 68.1. Bitcoin taking a dip here this morning. Bitcoin there at 99. Okay, so usually it's a little bit above 10. So about 10.2. We've seen that, you know, about a stable price there at 10.2. It tests under 10 a few times. It always bounces back, and this is one of those times it appears to be testing some support there under 10 again. This could be another opportunity for those that are DCAing, dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin, more bits, and more. I want coins through the sky, and that's the deal. Shout out to Dennis, Rafterman, Nakamoto. Still stacking those sats every week, DCAing. Yeah, you see, if you know you've been DCAing, it's probably proved to be a good strategy. You probably picked some up at 10.4, a little bit at 95, 99, and you know all average out. We've been around 10,000, and that's a good thing. I don't think anybody's going to complain if this thing doubles up by next year, or it could go even more. We got Bitcoin there at 99. We got Ether there at 208. Ether finally losing some weight. It was rallying last week a lot. A lot of talk about Ether, those DeFi dApps, and it seems like there's more interest in Ethereum nowadays as opposed to some of the other altcoins. You got Bitcoin Cash at 302. Litecoin's actually green there at 72. EOS there at 379. There's a lot of FUD with EOS going around after there was a Coinbase. Was it Coinbase? Yeah, it was a Coinbase or CoinDesk article, excuse me, saying that everybody's fears about EOS are starting to come true, and they were questioning the centrality of the block producers over there in Asia and in China or whatnot. So, you know, I think that kind of was a negative publicity for EOS last week. I still like EOS. I still got some baggies there of EOS. Let's see where this thing heads to. Binance there at $19. We'll be talking about Binance. Binance losing a lot of weight, though. Binance has lost weight. Binance at one point was like at $37. So Binance has lost a lot. They're offering now lending for Binance, I think 10%. We'll be talking about that as well. Binance is still attractive, although this is one of the more centralized coins in my opinion. Satoshi Vision, we always skip that. Stellar there at number 10 at 6 cents. Cardano, we'll be talking about Cardano today. They're opening up their test net. Apparently, I think they're offering staking rewards. Cardano's currently there at 4 cents. Monero, Monero's always like in the top 15, top 20, holding strong, a steady boomer, although it's lost weight. Monero there at $70. Tron at 1 cent. Tron has had a lot of movement this weekend, I believe. I saw Tron boom, but then now it's kind of flatlined. Then it's negative 4% over the past 24 hours. Leo at 107, and then you got Huobi at 393. Don't sleep on Huobi. I like Huobi as well. Shout out to the boomers in the box. Drop a comment. Let me know that I'm plugged in and that you could read me loud and clear. 10-4. Roger that. At the beginning of our broadcast, we were hit with a soy EMP by the soy gardeners out there, and they try to knock us offline, but we stay strong, and it appears like we're back in the green. The stream health is looking good. Grass-fed beef green. Indeed. Still expecting a breakout very soon out of the triangle or the bull flag, what many traders are saying. Yeah, let's see. I came on today and the sound glitch when you said EOS. It sounded like a donkey in my end. Maybe it's a sign. That's funny. Listen, I still got some EOS, but I'm all right with the amount of EOS that I have. I don't feel like I have too much of it. And, I'll hold on to that baggie of EOS and see where it all goes to. There was some FUD last week with that Coin Desk article about everybody's fears about EOS coming true. It was kind of a fuddish article, although there was some facts listed. And, I said it before, the majority of those 21 block producers on EOS seem to be in China, and there's heavy regulation in China. Let's see what that happens. What happens with that. So let's see. And apparently now Block One is making statements that they're considering voting for block producers, and they have a major stake. I think a little less than 30% of the voting power is my understanding. So let's see where that goes to. Ethereum on steroids is what a lot of people like myself used to call it, but right now Ether is looking like it's still in the lead. If there's going to be a blockchain that tests Ether, it looks like EOS and perhaps maybe Cardano. We're going to be talking about that today, but right now Ether in the DeFi dApps looks strong. We're back live. We had the young Boomette. She wants to be on the live stream with the champ, so here she is. So give me a 10-4, Roger that. Let me know if you hear me good on the sound. We got Nakamoto. He says, I believe word has it will happen before the 3rd of October. I'm not sure what you're alluding to, but again, if you're tuning in, we'll be talking about this Bakkt volume, Binance US, Cardano testnet, and more. Bitcoin currently taking a little dip out there. It seems like there's like a little mini flash crash going on. You can see the charts here on the 24-hour. There's like a candle looking like 90 degrees. Nakamoto says 10-4, Roger that. You could hear me. Okay. Mic's on good. We were so EMP'd there for a moment, but we're back. It's all good. Shout out to Zilla, our boomer out of Japan. Shout out to Dennis, Nakamoto, Rafterman, and the rest of the pumpers out there. Let's check out this Bakkt exchange Bitcoin futures. So, this is something that was waited for and waited on, and a lot of people were, when is Bakkt going to open up the futures, and this, that, and the third. A lot of people waiting for the kapump there with Bakkt, okay? And did it happen? I don't know. I don't think really it did much for the market, but anyhow, so this Bakkt exchange Bitcoin futures see slow start on the first day of trading. I think it opened today or sometime last week. Trading of Bakkt, physically backed Bitcoin futures saw something of a slow start at launch today. Okay, so it's today. This was posted there September 23rd on CoinDesk. I have it linked down below. So let's look at some of the quotes here. Bakkt isn't showing a whole lot of Bitcoin volume on its first day of trading. No fireworks as many expected. Everybody expected those fireworks. But Bakkt actually launched before this year's end, sets a good precedent entering 2020 as brokers get ready. So it's, isn't showing a whole lot of volume. And you can see Alex Kruger over here tweeting on Twitter. He says CME Bitcoin futures traded 460 million on its first week. Current volume is around 700 million. Van Eck faked ETF traded 0 on its first week. How much volume will Bakkt attract is a key variable for the week ahead. Would you expect Bakkt to flop or launch successfully? Drop a comment there in the population of the chat box. Kaboom to Rafterman. He just dropped us $2 there in the super chat. The population of the chat box showing love. I appreciate it, Rafterman. Always showing love. One of our most gratuitous boomers out there, Rafterman, showing love to the champ. And the young boomette that's actually with the champion right now. And she's attracted to the chart. So let's see if she becomes a little Bitcoin boomette, which she already is. Shout out to Rafterman, CryptoZilla, and the rest of the boomers out there. Bitcoin drops on Bakkt launch. The Bitcoin market has seen no discernible boost from the launch. Everybody was waiting for this boost. They thought they were going to get a booster from the futures launch. Everybody expect, getting an erection when they hear the suits are coming, the suits are coming. And I told you guys, we don't need the suits. We boomed without the suits to 20K as soon as they started talking about these futures there on the CME at that one point. Then that's when it crashed. I told you the suits don't do anything. Forget about the suits. So, we got the futures and the volume is low. What's good is that the majority of the contracts, I read this somewhere here, are long at least. There's only one that's short. There's only a few contracts there. Let me see if I can find that part here. But, it's linked down below if you guys want to read it in its entirety. So far, Bakkt futures have registered a volume of just over $280,000. So there's not that much volume. It's opening today. This may increase. But for all those that, were getting so excited, I think it's falling short. Anyhow, let's talk about Binance US. Binance US announces 5 cryptos that will be available for trading. And this is linked out of news.u.today. Thank you once again to Rafterman for showing love there in the population of the chat box. Thank you so much. Marlon, he says, Kaboom, been studying charts. In my opinion, Bitcoin will climb to 10.2 and then dump to lower 8K to mid 7K. There's a lot of people that's been saying that for months on end. I'm not sure. I'm going to be honest with you. I think that we've tested that 9K level so much. I've heard that theory many times by people charting, but it never seems to go to fruition. But let's see. At that, even if it does happen, and I'm sure Marlon knows that. It's going to be another opportunity for those boomers to DCA in, because this thing is going to kapump, I believe, as we approach May. Marlon says money to be made on Bybit. Okay, I've never heard of that. Rafterman says the suits brought the start of the bear market. Absolutely, the suits brought the start. It's the, everybody gets excited thinking the suits are going to do something, and usually it's the opposite happens. eToro just give me an ad here. Let me click on it, get free BAT tokens. Guys, download the Brave browser. I'm going to say it all the time because it's free BAT tokens, and you can, send them to your favorite publishers as a tip. Or if you are on Twitter, you could register as a publisher yourself and send them to yourself. Either or. Very soon, I believe the browser is going to open it up so that you could send it out of the browser. Anyhow, let's get back to the fundamentals at hand. Fundamentals doesn't matter with price. Use charts to measure investors' feeling. Charts tell you all you need to know where price is going if you know how to read them. Yeah, I know. That's what some people believe, but I don't buy that entire. I understand that the technicals are supposed to reveal everything in the numbers, and I think to a certain extent that's true. But there's an X factor with crypto, and that too, Marlon. Don't sip on the on that Gatorade so much. So some of these charters will have you believing that they have unlocked the combination to the charts, but if that were true, why would they be talking about their charts? And why are they just not trading and keeping that knowledge to themselves? Anyhow, Satoshi Nakamoto says, I would love to say, let's go to the moon, but something's really happening. We have to Reconnection successful. We got knocked offline there. Another soy. We got hit with a few grenades this morning. There's a few grenades. We're under fire on the left and right flank. It's all good. We're hodling here deep in the trenches. Marlon says the pump will be epic when the Bitcoin dragon awakens. I believe that. And, I think most people have agree that, there's got to be some sort of, pullback. And, my number has been 88. I'm less expecting that to happen as I see the price continue to bounce back over 10. But I think that's still that play could be still, that could still be in play. 88 could still be in play. Marlon's saying that he's looked at the charts. He thinks 7K could be in play. I don't know, but, again, no one knows. No one knows. Let's see, but I think that, a little pullback could be in play. And let's see if we're still reconnected. It says here we're offline, but my software says we're on. So drop a comment here in the chat box. And I apologize for the stream getting soyed. But, if you've been here, you probably are used to it. Dennis, I think that's what will wreck a lot of people. Bots and panic selling occurring when 21 week is breached, but I miss a massive recovery quick after it's breached. Awesome. Great minds think alike, says Satoshi. Guys, and if you're just tuning in, I'm getting heavily soy EMP'd here on the left flank, and the stream is getting on the red. I'm not sure if I'm even online currently. One thing is saying green, the other thing is saying offline. So drop a comment. I'm seeing some chats here in the population of the chat box. So let me know if I'm on, guys. We're back live, it says. We're back live. We're back live. You're online, says Satoshi. Okay. Yeah, now it's showing me that I'm online. So I apologize for it, but if you've been here in the box, you know the deal, guys. We get, this happens to a lot of live streamers that, have been put in the bad boy category. And I think we've been put in the bad boy category. We've attacked the bagel here, and, or not attacked because we haven't attacked anybody, but we've questioned the bagel out here. We've raised questions with the bagels. And, we've gotten soy EMP'd because we spread that truth. But it's all good. We're not going to complain. We're going to continue to fire, and kaboom, 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 and shoot at the baby bear cubs. Dancing and prancing. Whoa, you're online, Satoshi. The market will screw as many people as possible, and that's what I think of when looking at charts. There you go. Sometimes Marlon, you're a boomer, but you're like you protect yourself. You're like the everybody's out to screw me. I'm protecting myself. I understand where you're coming from, Marlon. Stay strong out there. Really never lost a signal out here, says Satoshi. I lost for a moment there. It says I was offline, but whatever. You will get your 88 BTC price, champ. Let's see. I'm thinking it's less possible nowadays, to tell you the truth. But I've said it a few times. I think 88, maybe even 85. But I don't know. That's even pushing it for me. I think we'll maybe at 30K at the end of the year. Let's see. My original price prediction at the beginning of this year is that we would be at this price, 98, a little bit less than 10,000 at the end of the year. Now that prediction kind of changed once we ran into that mini bull run this summer, and then I said maybe we'll close off a little higher, maybe 10, 11. But we still have people here saying 30K or more. Drop a comment. Give me your end of year price predictions. I think that we're going to be a little bit over 10 at the end of the year. That's what I'm calling for, but nothing too drastic. Maybe once January, February comes around, things will start moving. We can hear you, champ. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it, guys. And I apologize for this this stream lag, but it's nothing on my end. I think you guys know that by now. Bakkt isn't retail, and these guys are going to be emotional buy. Is it are or aren't? Bakkt isn't retail, and these guys are going to be emotional buyers. They will test buy and slowly see how others react. So they aren't emotional buyers. I think that more of the institutions aren't. They follow more of those technicals, and they follow more a disciplined planned. So let's see what that all goes to. Let's look at what Binance announced. What tokens that they're going to be trading for Binance US. Binance, the Binance main Binance.com exchange, I believe they're not dealing directly with U.S. customers anymore because of regulations. Then they opened up Binance.us, which is opening today, I believe. And they've added 5 additional cryptos to trade in the near future. A second batch of listed coins will include Cardano, 0x, Basic Attention Token, and Ether Classic and Stellar. Now, my understanding is that I think you could buy and sell directly for USD, if I'm not mistaken. So you can see the tokens here. You know, the trading major coins and Tether USD. What I was also checking out is this Binance lending platform and the APRs, and you can see. So I'm not sure if this is open on Binance US as of late, but you know, they're doing short lending terms directly, and this is obviously not decentralized, and there's a risk involved. If there's, you know, a hack or anything involved, you're giving your money to a third party, which is not really the boomer way. But you know, if you could afford to risk it, something to consider. You know, I don't think that Binance is a scam, but you know, they're certainly open to possible hacks, and they have been in the past. And when they were hacked, they made good and paid everybody back. Binance, for a 14-day loan, they're paying an annualized interest rate of 10%, and you got to lend a minimum of 10 Binance. So here's the chart, so if you guys can see it. But what's interesting here, okay, is that you can lend out US Tether, you know, at 10%. You know, that's better than a bank. This is basically USDT is pegged to the dollar, and you could, you know, lend it here and you get 10%. It's better than a bank, better than a CD. You know, I shared with you guys Compound.finance, that DeFi app on Ether, and you can lend the DAI stable tokens there also for 10%. And that's another stable coin that's pegged to the dollar. So, you know, what's really sexy is if you're holding these tokens like Ether, you can generate stable tokens with the Ether as a collateral and then lend them out here on these platforms. Bakkt won't be big until retail pushes market back to those to close all-time high. 18K is where they start to FOMO. 21K is when heavy FOMO kicks in. I agree, Marlon. I think 18K around there. You know, once we start peaking over 15K is when, you know, the phones will start ringing and the talk will start, you know, surfacing amongst friends, and the retail FOMO by 18K, by 21K. That, you know, yeah. Once we creep over 20. There'll be major FOMO. We can easily probably catapult to 30K, from 20 to 30K quickly. Again, you know, if you're tuning in and you're a newbie, we're not your crypto daddies. We can certainly be wrong. So this is just our opinion. I give these disclosures now because, you know, at the beginning we were wild, and, you know, I didn't know, you know, and then I see that there was a bunch of cucks on YouTube crying about everything. So you got to, you know, remind these little baby bear cubs. CryptoZilla says they're not emotional buyers. Yeah, talking about the institution. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's finally talk about Cardano. I know we got a couple Cardano soldiers here in the box. I like Cardano. We had a chance to talk to Charles Hoskinson a couple years ago about the Cardano blockchain. And, you know, since then, they haven't really done much. But as far as a release, I'm sure they've done stuff behind the scenes. But now they've launched a testnet this week. Let me show you the article. Everything's linked down below once again. Cardano releases 2 versions and fixes a bug as it preps to launch testnet this week. Now, my understanding is that testnet should have been launched sometimes this summer. Okay, the latest weekly roll-up for Shelly testnet, published on 20th of September, stated the peer discovery is taking shape and has started to be integrated. Network components are now in place and are being tested by our QA team. Cardano's incentivized testnet will be launched on September 28th, where users will be rewarded for staking their tokens. So that's, you know, I'm, you know, is this true? Because usually you don't really get like a true reward on the testnet. You know, I click here on this link and it shows a video by Hoskinson that he did, and I haven't gone through it, but apparently he talks about it here. So maybe you guys want to go through that video and check it out. But this is what this article is reporting, that Cardano's incentivized testnet will be launched on September 28th, where users will be rewarded for staking their tokens. So the rewards should be kicking in. That's my understanding here by reading this article. Update on Marlin's DeFi progress. Over 120 ETH locked up in Maker DAO. Got much of that DAI locked up on Compound. Exactly. As ETH goes up, I will continue to make more DAI and lend more to Compound. This is awesome, risk-free way to make money. I wouldn't say it's risk-free, but you know, it's a clever way. You know, of course, there is a risk if the price of ETH drops below your liquidation price, you could lose it all. You know. But I get where you're coming from, and I'm definitely I'm looking into doing that because I got ETH that I'm sitting on, and I don't plan on letting it go. So it's definitely something to consider. Swap that. Use the ETH as a collateral, generate the DAI, lend it on Compound. Boom, boom, boom. Shout out to Marlin, CryptoZilla, and the rest of the pumpers out there. We've talked about the Bakkt volume. The futures volume's low. This is out of CoinDesk. There goes another ad. I'm getting a lot of ads. I think it's a good thing because, it gives me more bats. Why not? Boom. Bakkt Exchange Bitcoin futures seeing slow start on the first day of trading. Read that in its entirety. You could check out the coins that are going to be now offered on Binance US. My understanding is that these are tradable, buying or selling for US dollar. Maybe correct me if I'm wrong. It's Cardano, BAT, ETH Classic, Stellar, and 0x. And then the Binance lending, where they're doing short lending terms, 14-day loans, and some interest rates as high as 10% APR. So, they're loaning on coins like Binance, EOS, Bitcoin. Okay, they're offering 3% on Bitcoin. That's interesting. That's interesting. Okay. ETH Classic, Ether, Link, USDT, and Ripple. I think it could easily get over 20K, and it could start a feeding frenzy if it stays over 20K for a decent period of time. Okay, so I mean, there's still some positive sentiment here in the box that the price of Bitcoin could easily go to 20K by the end of the year. I think usually the price action, it could pump on the holidays or sometime around December. So maybe that's possible. I want to stay a little more conservative myself, not expect anything crazy this year and say that we'll be a little bit over 10K. So if we do pump to 20K, it'll be good news. I'm waiting for that pump sometime, like I said, during the halving, sometime in and around May. 14 crypto maniacs here in the population of the chat box. Go ahead and check out the links that I have down below. I'll keep the stream short for today. Make sure everybody is having a good day, putting weight on the bar. I'll be back in the gym tomorrow. And I think I had someone send me a thumbnail they had of the squat that I did this weekend. And maybe I can pull it up on another stream. But I hit another PR on the squat. Which was 3 plates and a 10 on each side. So that's 335. 335. So, I'm surpassing the goals. If you guys have been following the stream, I have some sort of a shoulder injury. So I'm nursing it, and I'm laying off the upper body exercises and following lower body exercises. Keep that collateralization rate above 250 to avoid risk of being liquidated, says Marlon. Yeah, and the higher that rate, and the less risk there is. CryptoZilla says, I think it could easily get up to over 20K. Yeah, we read that. Where the hell is Revolutionist, the Cardano King? Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while. But yeah, he did. He's popped in and out. But he definitely hasn't been coming on as much. So if he's out there listening, shout out to Rev. On that note, guys, I'm going to go ahead and land the plane here. It's always a pleasure. Make sure you hit the gym, put weight on the bar. Check out the links that I have down below. Download the Brave browser if you haven't already. I'll be back tomorrow with another live stream spreading that good crypto word. Stay booming out there. It's the voice of the blockchain here, Satoshi's biggest cousin, cryptography's finest. Champion Crypto.